Hey everybody, Tara Green here. So I just want to let you know about an extremely rare thing that is happening today. This is February the 17th, and it is not just the planet Venus entering Aquarius, which it did yesterday, and it does that every year, more or less, but it is Venus conjunct Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. Now, I looked back, a lot of what astrology is really all about is doing research. This aspect has never happened before, and the closest that this aspect comes is Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius and Venus at 4 degrees of Aquarius in 796. Okay, that is about 1500 years ago. So this is extremely rare, very potent, very powerful, guaranteed to rock your love life, guaranteed to blow everything up that you ever thought was your relationship values, because that's what Venus is all about: relationships, money, luxury, the arts, sexuality, and also she was the goddess of war. Now, as we're moving into the age of Aquarius, and right now also, there's not just Venus and Pluto, there is the Sun, there is Mercury, and there is Mars, also in Aquarius. Okay, so that's a 5-planet stellium. Yes, Pluto is still a planet, according to very serious astrologers, and I believe that it will be remoted back to planetary status. But 5 planets in Aquarius. So this is really the initiation of the age of Aquarius. All Aquarians, you got to step up here. In the next 20 years, Pluto is going to hit your planets sometime over the next 20 years. Now, so this is all about freedom. It's about liberation. It's about revolution. It's about thinking outside the box. It's about new technology. Of course, Sam Altman just put out brand new AI technology that basically you just tell it you want this and it creates a full movie. So we're going into the AI age, of course. We're going into kind of transhumanism, which you have to be careful about, because not everybody wants to be a robot, right? I personally don't want to be a robot. I don't want to think I'm going to live forever by putting my consciousness up into the cloud. There are lots of people who want that and want robot girlfriends, boyfriends, and AI, and just wear those goggles all the time and kind of not even need a body. And it's interesting because I had a very spiritual astrology teacher years ago, and I remember him telling me, and this was like way back, that by 2050 that humans wouldn't be embodied anymore. They wouldn't need bodies. So I guess what he was really saying, he was a magician himself, was that future, right? I always thought at the time that seems so weird. But anyway, you want to free up your values. You want to re-examine them. You want to think about, what do I really want? You have to have your own sense of uniqueness. That's what Aquarius is all about. It's about the unique individual, but not anyone's values or self-worth more than anyone else. Everybody's on a level playing field. So there's no more royalty. Of course, King Charles's cancer announcement came out during that time. Not that he's going to die right away, but he hasn't got long, let's put it that way. But the monarchy is over. So, using those titles, they maybe will stay around as tradition, but they won't mean anything anymore. So what you want to do is think about open relationships, relationships on the net, meeting people on the net. Of course, dating apps and all that stuff, very popular. Love is blind kind of thing, very popular right now. Will get increasingly more popular, but also because Aquarius is a dual air sign, what's called a fixed air sign. People can get very fixed on their ideas, and this is the downside of Aquarius. You have to be careful that the philosophy, the belief system, it can be very socialist and get caught in that, which is not really a positive thing to do. So what you want to do, though, is open everything up. It's like it's a brand new chapter, a brand new story here. I mean, Venus and Pluto will meet again in a year from now, and they will meet every year pretty much for the next 20 years, but this is very historical. And then, so I would celebrate Venus Valentine's Day with Pluto because it's very intense, it's very hot. Pluto rules Scorpio, another fixed water sign. So out with the old, in with the new. You want a partner who's going to be on the same wavelength as you. Aquarius, that symbol, it can be seen as water, but also as electric energy. So we're going into that new kind of, making energy out of the airwaves. It's very Tesla. There should be free energy. Women can generate free energy. Men build machines to create free energy. That's where we're going in the next 20 years. Spaceships, you're going to have UFO lovers, ET lovers, that's probably going to happen too. And your consciousness, creates everything. So you're never really alone. I mean, that's the thing about Aquarius. It's always about banding with your group, people with the same ideas, but being open-minded, so all the LGBTQT, that's very Aquarian, that, everybody has rights, that, nobody's shunned, but they don't have rights more than anybody else. We just recognize that you have the same rights as everybody else. So this is a good thing. So I recommended that everybody did not celebrate Valentine's Day just by convention on Valentine's Day. And Aquarius is nothing but unconventional. They do everything on their own terms. They don't care what the group thinks. In a way, they don't do everything like everybody else. So they're the kind of black sheep. So you got to kind of love your weird. Now, the real Valentine's Day is going to happen on February 22nd, when the archetypes of Venus and Mars, it's men are from Mars, women are from Venus. There's always this complementary duality. That's the nature of our universe. Can never be changed. That's how everything works. Okay, so they come together at 6 degrees of Aquarius on that day. So you will see Venus and Mars together in the sky, very close. I mean, astronomy, astrology, being a doctor, being a mathematician, those were all once the same job description. So you want to celebrate it. Then what you want to do is look at where is zero Aquarius, because that point keeps getting hit. Pluto just entered zero Aquarius January 22nd. Mars was just there a few days ago. Now Venus, so we're getting the same. The planets are triggering that point, and also 5 of them in Aquarius is very, very rare. Okay, very rare. So we're living in exceptional times. Okay, so Aquarius builds and renews any old, outdated structure. So this would be the time where all old road systems or ideas are kind of looked at, and you don't throw out the past, because Saturn, the planet of history, of tradition, rules Capricorn and rules Aquarius. So you don't throw out all of that old tradition. You may not like it. You may not like what people did in the past, racism and all that, but you need to recognize what went on, because if you don't, then you're condemned to repeat it. So you want to honor the past, but you want to change, you want to bring it up to date, you want to, get a makeover at the very least, So look at where Aquarius is in your personal chart, because even though this is a universal, everything new, everything Aquarian, everything different, everything unique, everything in the head, in the mind. You don't want to become a talking head, though. That's also the danger of, we're moving into 20 years dominating air signs, and then 200 years of air sign domination. We've just been through 200 years of earth sign domination, and that's where all the earth materials were exploited. Well, okay, we've been there, done that. Now we have to use our heads and think smarter and think outer space if we have to get our resources in outer space, or there will be, big space stations making all kinds of technology and then beaming it down to Earth, and people probably will try to go live in outer space, but I don't think it's really possible. So there's that sense of brand new. And remember, Aquarius is all about breathing. It's the air. So I saw somebody on X, on Twitter, saying they felt overwhelmed by this energy. And it is very high vibe energy. It's like electrical energy. So I always think of Aquarius, a lot of Aquarius is like getting your finger stuck in an electric socket. And so if you're feeling very wired, you have to remember to breathe. And it doesn't have to be any fancy breath work. It's basically just slowing down enough, breathing into your belly. I always recommend that you put your hands on your heart. For women, you put your right hand on your heart. That's the active. You put your left hand on your uterus, on your womb. If you've had a hysterectomy, you still have a spirit womb. And then you breathe basically into your belly, deep belly breath. Not forced, just fill up your belly, bring the air up into your heart. You can tap on your heart chakra, that opens it up. I think it's really important just to do that, tapping on your sternum. And you might feel your heart racing. I've been noticing that, my blood pressure kind of going up and down. I feel like that's very Aquarian energy. And then you breathe up into your head, and you let all the thoughts, the worries, and the anxiety kind of just blow away. It's the winds of change, okay? Yeah, it's a good thing. Embrace change. I know all the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo don't like change, but this is inevitable. Change is inevitable. It's the name of the game. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm at tarot.com. If you want to find out how this is affecting your love life personally, I specialize in relationship readings, all kinds of different readings, health readings. Get in touch with me at tarot.com, and breathe in the new. Breathe in the new. It's inevitable. Change is inevitable. It's good. Open your mind. Open your mind and see what you find. Okay. So wishing you all the best blessing. Get in touch with me at tarottarot.com. Okay. Have a great day. Let me know how it's going for you. I will answer your questions. Okay. If you ask. All right. I'm going to do some freebies as well.